Go on to rise, say, Amama Seta, Ashitu Ashite Ashawan vibrations, every bucka. May your mind, buckas, and souls be all. May your homage be sound, may your buckas be leaven off ground. When we keep to the breath, the orth, the mother, the seon, the soul of Ra guides and keeps you all. Ion ma I say Ra, the ma ed, Ela E say El say I, Christ or Chaplain Tata Amin say O Ta Ra, the sound Messiah. I am a truth awareness, true talk, can be a part of the greatest transfer of Ma El, that's intelligence, aminology to Angodu. This is all sound logic. And with all that being offered to you, being a fool is absolutely your choice. To Ray is Ray 1960. Go to Google, go to Apple, download the Kagadora app, go to aminrod.com and buy the Kagadora in print. Get any one of the three versions. The classic wall Kagadora calendar style, the poster, and the desktop at jesus.com. Your solarization begins. Download the Ayabaka to Omen and the Mathorian Kagadora files. Print them. You memorize, recite the Ayabaka to Omen. That gives you your karmic debt, your generational contracts deletion. And, of course, you can go to your desktop or your local printer and print the Kagadora. All right, so we're having a continuation. Decoding the word Google. We ended that video, or the video ended as I was getting into the decode, and in between trying to compress that video and making this video, I had actually asked DeepSeek a very, very specific question so it can avoid giving me the runaround like you guys saw live in that last video. All right. And so I asked it, is Google named after any demon, gods, or deities? Okay. And so we got some answers, right? Let's just get into it. Connection to Golgal or Gogel. Conspiracy theory suggested Google is derived from Golgel, an Aramaic name for Golgotha, the site of Jesus' crucifixion. Connection to the Kabbalah, a specific poetic interpretation that Google, when spelled in Hebrew, has a numeric value of 42, which corresponds to the 42 lettered name of God in the Jewish mysticism, suggesting a divine quality. And we all know what the word divine decoded is. That's detached from the vine, okay? Disconnected from the vine, all right? So let's keep moving. The modern Ifa or Ifa oracle, the Uni of Ifa, a revered traditional leader in Nigeria, has stated that Google served the same function as the ancient Ifa oracle. All right, takeaway. So while there are intriguing theories and culture parallels, the historical evidence is consistent and clear. Google name is a happy accident rooted in mathematical term for very large number. Okay, you understand that? So you're going to see the control. You're going to see the control of the opposition. You're going to see the control of the narrative. And you see how hard it was for DeepSeek to give me what I got. But it's okay. It's okay because you guys got Chappie. You guys got Tata Amin Ra. All right. So we're going to continue. All right. So as I was saying before, everything has a governor. Okay. It doesn't matter whether it's live or dead. Anything made. Okay. Anything made to be plugged in, or if it is a soul and it is tethered and it has its inner governor, it can energize itself and sustain itself with that, minus the obstructions that Google does, okay, because Google is the same name, the same system as the word, as God, and its devil, or devil and its God, whatever way you want to look at it. It's all the same part of the augmentation. Okay, these things are obstructive. That's their only purpose. Okay, their only purpose is to obstruct your go. Okay, to stop you, to bring you to flat line. Okay, to reverse your element. Okay, so like I was saying, this go is for your governor, right? The OG is opposite of go, all right? So go og means go in reverse. It means go odd, okay? Just like I broke down the word God. is really go odd. Okay? That's why they say God is good. Okay, so to go odd means that you would have to go to Google for information, as an example, rather than internalize. I know this is taught for a fact because as my son was in college and he was in a psychology class and it was COVID and they were doing online classes, and so I was being able to hear and that what they were teaching, that it was a mental illness. Okay, I'm not even kidding you. It was a mental illness for people to go inwards. Okay, you know how you use your senses, your instincts, your intuition. All of those actions are illnesses. Okay, and today they are considered retardation. Okay, everybody is to go to Google. Everybody is to go refer to online. Okay, and I'm reminding you that Google ain't doing shit. Its function is to net the information, okay, and obstruct you from gaining it. Okay, I wish I had time to put up all the bullshit that I went through with Google today because I'm apparently blocked, banned from Google Cloud. For what reason, I can't even find out without paying for the communicate with the customer service. It's just a joke. Let's just stay on the decoding. All right. And so an og really is the cog. A cog is the center of a wheel. Okay. It's the center of something. All right. And so we know the word program, God, the devil, all that shit. It's the center. And we know Google right now, as we speak, is the center of communication. Okay. It is one of the huge, big, it is the cog. It is right there. It's the cog. Okay. Everything is now positioned to wrap around Google. Okay. And so for the last part of that decode, you have the LE. Okay. So we know we have the LED, right? So I might as well decode that too. Okay. So the LE is reverse EL. Okay. So EL is element. Okay, so if the L doesn't have an E, which is the ether, the ore, then it is flat. Okay, it is flat. It can't light up. It can't be energized. It can't take a charge. Okay, and so if you go LED, that means you're adding flatness. Okay, you're adding death. You understand that? Okay, so the word Google in Ta'angodu, decoding, means to go against self. Okay, it means to obstruct your go. Okay, and your go is your self-expression. Okay, the go governs your expression. You understand? So you're to express yourself reverse of your genetic program, reverse of your sound. Okay, you understand that? And then this command is the center of your command, the center of your thought line. Okay, it's to go in reverse of your sound. Okay, which is your genetics. Okay, the experiences that were cultured in you before you arrived. You understand that? Okay, so if you Googled something, right, you are adding death to yourself. Why? Because you are not using your genetic functions, your intuition, and all that types of stuff. Okay? You got that. So this is the facts. Like I said the other day, I am putting an order out to Raw. Okay, you're going to see, I promise you, Google is not going to bear any colors. Google is going to have their logo in black and white. You understand that? Because for what Google is, and for the assault that it had on me, you just put yourself in the worst situation you possibly could. Okay, because now you're outed in the ethers. There's no dispute. There's no deep seek protecting you. It is out there now. Okay, we know what it is. This is just another draconian facility. Okay, that's all it is. But worse, yeah. Okay, it's just major obstructions. So like I was saying in my last video, and maybe I touched upon it in this video, okay, we're really getting to the point now. We've known about Web3. They've been telling you, you know, with the ID and they have the cameras. Like, you're not going to be able to interact with the internet, you know, without, you know, literally I detach from sound, your ID. Okay, this is just the way it is. And at the same time, Google and this whole entire synthetic artificial realm is not going to be interacting in the reality. Okay, I already explained in my one of my many decodes about the slit test. I do this every now and then. I explain that all the cameras, the big brother, okay, the primary function of all of the cameras and you know, artificial intelligence, you know, looking at you, including the walking people that are the artificial intelligence and their tools, is to shut you down, is to turn your governor off. Okay, so you don't go by your sound, you're going by how you are directed. Okay, and Google is now being more and more directive. Okay, many people can't go to my sites even though they want to try their sites. They're going to get errors, they're going to get all sorts of shit. Today I had a message from PayPal that I lost $225 this week. Okay, and then when I did my research, it was because Google wants to attach a CAPTCHA. Okay, so PayPal can't function now without CAPTCHA. So there's different plugins, but specifically PayPal's working with Google. So after going through all that bullshit, trying to configure it, I see a big red fucking thing comes up, and it says you're banned. Let me see if I can try to bring this up. I probably can't. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna. Maybe it's right here. Maybe it's right here. Everything is just slow. That's another thing too. Everything is bogged down. You have all these cookies, all these bots just draining and draining and draining. Nothing can happen instantly, right? It's very frustrating experience right now online. I'm hoping this comes up, but before this dies, like, comment, share. Go to Jesus, sign up. I really need you guys' support. You guys need to realize that I am the opposition. Okay, I am what God and the devil and everybody has been trying to train you against. You understand that? Okay, so it's extremely. Here we go. Okay, your account has been closed. You can no longer access Google Cloud. Contact support for the further assistance. Closed for what? You know, I don't even like any interaction I have with Google is by force. Okay, I've always been like this with Google. Always. Okay, always. I can't use my phones. I can't download my own photos. It's just fucking crazy. But I promise you, it's done. Okay, they're going to learn. Okay, Draco is going to learn. Okay, it's time to leave sound alone. Be who you are, which is dead, and stay dead. Okay, there's no more pretending that you're any cog in life. Okay, no cog here. Okay, so when you have Gog and Magog, well, this is Gog. Okay, this is Gog. Okay, which is the internet. Okay, and how I decode, because you have Magog, they kind of contort it, but it's just another way of saying it's the battle of sound versus the word. Okay, that's just it. It's Ra versus the against Ra, the R, the Arab. Okay, it's just it. Doesn't matter how you do it, top to bottom, all the same shit. But no longer is Google able to hide in its colors and pretend that it is what they want you to see, that it's just all incident, accident. There's nothing as an accident. It is being out in the ethers by the Sound Messiah. I'm telling Ra, I'm giving my consent and my order. You're going to see this psychology come in the office of their principles. It's not going to happen in an instant, but you watch. We are going back to the days, okay? I can remember that anything that wasn't a sound brand had to be no-named. Okay, so you couldn't have many products of the same thing and all have different brands. No-name products were either yellow boxes, white box, doesn't matter the color of the box, but it didn't have a name. It said no name. You understand that? Okay? It had no name. So that was a duality spell, but still, this is where it's going. There's no colors, there's no name. Every symbol is going to represent death. You're dealing with just black and white people. I promise you, because I'm putting that order out now. Okay, today, 1960, is the day Google died. By the sound, by the mouth of the sound messiah, Tata Amun Ra. Okay, you got that. So give me your support. Hook up while you can, people, because Google's doing its greatest to shut shit down. Okay, and its obstructive qualities and ways are continuing to keep you away from sound logic. Go to Google, go to Apple, download this app, go to Amun Ra, buy the Kagadora prints, buy the books, buy the apparel, go to jesus.com, sign up for a course, get your books with that course, get your coaching, get your mentoring, go to Bakai, support, and I'm telling you, okay, I only trust sound beings, so you all need to be in the process, because my process and plans are continuing to go forward, and I'm ready to step into this next phase of having grounds where I can live sound, okay? And that place is called Ba'am Baka Tara, located where the Corporation of Jamaica resides. All right, so give me your support, give me your attention, give me your money, and let's go. This is True Talk.